Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. I like this hand. Opponents, good luck, have fun, very friendly. So see if they're okay with the YouTube's video. We have two drop. That's something. And we have some ways of surveilling. So I think this might be okay. Maybe we're up against Is It? Ooh, graveyard deck. Nice. Perhaps a graveyard deck. Definitely a graveyard deck. Alright, well the apparition could be good for that. Oh, there's Dredge. So Dredge is one of those, what's this, like a frog too. Yeah, Dredge is one of those decks that Nick plays a lot of it. Uh, just solitaire type magic. Let's see what we're going for. Probably a surveil land of blue-white source. So you already have the elegant parlor in hand. The Skyclave apparition is going to be good if it resolves. We're going to keep that because we would like to exile a lot of their threats, I believe. And our answer for them is Rest in Peace, which also happens to nerf our on graveyard. I don't mind telling them what we're up to. So, alright, well, we're set up to at least answer a frog. Normally, I don't get to answer frogs in the decks I play because they're just too, they grow out of range of lightning bolts too easily. But as long as he doesn't have a as long as he does not have some counter magic, we should hopefully get them with the Skyclave apparition. Flashing back some faithless looting and doing some more dredging, hoping to get this prized amalgam back. Creeping tilling us and a Narcomoeba will bring back the prized amalgam. Draining us as well. At least we have some chump blockers. We might be a little bit slow. Discarding. Gonna give it flying, I imagine. Otherwise, yep. Okay, so our opponent just dumped a whole bunch of power and toughness onto the battlefield. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 13. We can get rid of this, and then we do have blockers at least. Let's see if we can't just go get a mountain, I think. See if we can't stabilize with the help of some friends here. I'm not even paying attention to seeing what they have. Another amalgam. Yep. Discarding the Stinkweed Hip. Our opponent's asking about Storm Belcher. We're gonna get more prized amalgams back, it looks like, and then I think that might. Oh no, that was just multiple triggers of the same one. Let me see what this Storm Belcher business is. I'm not sure if that's a typo or if he means the one. Oh, I think he means the deck Storm Belcher. Alright, Creeping Chill, number 2. Yeah, seems good. There we go. Alright, so Creeping Chilling us. We might be dead. We're going to end up having to block, and taking 6, 7. And that's going to hit us for 3, so that's meaning we're going to end up having to block, and take 4. I think that's just too slow. That's 7. I mean, the double Creeping Chills. Yeah, this is the type of deck where we just need a Rest in Peace to have a chance. Rest in Peace, and then that's it. I only played 2. I didn't. The graveyard strategies like this. Dredge, first of all, I haven't seen Dredge in a long time. But there is Psychic Frog enables a lot of graveyard strategies. There's another Creeping Chill. I believe that's another Creeping Chill. Yeah, so we can scoop it up. And so I kind of hedging on not running into them that much, to be honest. So we have. Not sure that even matters. Alright, Rest in Peace is about the best we have. I mean, we can theoretically do a counter spell. I just think that might not be fast enough. Take out a couple Shikos. And go like that. Yeah, so if it seems like there's a lot of graveyard decks out there, then we would go up 2 more Rest in Pieces or some other graveyard hate that didn't necessarily nerf our graveyard. With the Dredge and Vengevine and all that, I mean, those decks are so powerful. They fight on such a different axis that a lot of times game 1, I mean, that's what they're banking on, right? No graveyard hate game 1, and that they just win. And then game 2 is in games 2 and 3. They sideboard for their answers to the graveyard hate, or they try to execute a game plan through it. Interesting though, because the Eldrazi decks and the Ketramos decks play main deck graveyard hate. But yeah, we're definitely a grindy mid-range deck that plays fairly. They dump like 12 power on the battlefield in a single turn, maybe 10 to be fair. The frog was already out there. Not well, 10 power on the battlefield plus draining us 3 and gaining 3 in one turn. So that's the kind of yeah, we're not going to be able to keep up with that very much. And I don't think Deafening Silence is even good against them, since most of the stuff that they do comes from the graveyard. Rest in peace. No, and a single land or mulligan. No, oh, we have a single land again. Oh, good. All right. Well, I mean, that makes it easy, right? We don't need a mulligan for our graveyard hate because we have to mulligan because of our lands. Bolt's really just not that impactful, unfortunately. And at this point, I think we're probably just going to die. I mean, we could maybe jank him out with the White Orchid Phantom blowing up a land, but I doubt it. I mean, not only did we moldify, but we didn't even find our graveyard hate in the meantime. Okay, what do we want to put up? Well, we can just get the Meticulous Archive. Do we even care about that? It does. Okay, we'll take it. I mean, it's not what we want. We can try to hose our opponent. But that's first strike at least. So we can block profitably. And maybe our opponent doesn't play a lot of basics. You never know. Next turn. I mean, again, we're playing fairly. Next turn we can attack for 5. It'll be our turn 3 attack for 5. Meanwhile, our opponent could easily put another 10 power on the battlefield this turn. It's a frog. Well, that changes our the equation, because we have our flyers won't be able to get through the frog if they pitch their entire hand. And that, unfortunately, is not an answer to the frog. Or rest in peace. Alright, so we could force their hand. I'd rather just save it as a blocker. Inquisition. That's not a bad card against us. Alright, so what we're hoping, I guess at this point, we'll take the Rest in Peace, but the frog is what's going to kill us. So again, we need a Skyclave Apparition. This card is just, it was a sleeper. I don't know, maybe people didn't sleep on it in the preview season, but it is so powerful. You essentially keep any hand with a frog in it when you're playing this type of deck, as long as you have like one land. It's just so good. It enables everything. I mean, with these graveyard strategies, as well as posing itself as a legitimate finisher threat. So not only do they have to answer the frog, but then they have to answer what the frog enables, which is what all that nonsense that you pitch to your graveyard and bring back for free. I played the Psychic Frog in my psychedelic, what did I call it? Psychedelic Vengevine or something like that. And it's a hard deck. It's just not an easy deck to play. It's just does. I think you play it, you get enough reps, it's fine. It's not like it's super complicated, but I think what makes it hard is it plays in a way that is opposite of what you typically play Magic. I would say like it plays against the normal grain of just mid-range or creature strategies. So far we're okay. Well, the dredging is what's going to really help. No, they've got some dredgers, and yeah, I mean, there's just inevitability here is out of this world. I mean, if we hit a rest in peace now, we might be able to win, but all right, now they're just going to not even bother attacking, get that back. Creeping chill. They're getting lucky with the creeping chills. That is 3 creeping chills, or no, 2 creeping chills now. And having played the deck, when I play against a deck, it feels like, oh, of course they hit a creeping chill. They always hit a creeping chill. But having played a similar deck, granted not Dredge, so I didn't fill the yard quite as fast, but hitting that many creeping chills is pretty lucky. Although I guess the percentage is half their deck is gone now. So, but put them in the graveyard is what's so crucial. All right. Well, I mean, rest in peace, maybe. Rest in peace into our Skyclave apparition. That's kind of what we want to see here. Oh man, yeah, not that. Fable. Interesting. Fable does dig us for stuff. I'm gonna have to run. All right, well, for cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. Catch y'all.